does it not go?
For 21 years, the Bear Center for Nonprofit Management at Robert Morris University has had a motto. Our motto has been, nonprofits build strong communities. We build strong nonprofits. But the most important part of that is the first part. Nonprofits build strong communities. And how are strong communities built? And how is strength measured? Well, it was interesting to me to learn a number of years ago from my friend Lou Feldstein about social capital, about the measurement of health in a community. And social capital is measured by volunteering, by donating to charity, and by voting. This fall, all three of those things are critically important to us remaining viable. Why are they so important to us? Because the glue that holds us together, the sense of being larger than self, the need to express one's values in actions through volunteering and giving of your time and your talent and your expertise, giving of your money, and then voting, are the ways in which we show each other, dramatically and visibly show each other that the other person matters, that the health, the well-being, the happiness, the way in which people can thrive is the health of the community. And we can only be those things and do those things when we care as much about each other's lives as we do about our own. We've seen countless examples of bravery and selflessness during this pandemic. We've talked about this in other times, about the healthcare workers, about the food bank workers, about the myriad nonprofit people who have just looked at this community and said, I love it. I love these children. I love these people. And I am going to do everything I possibly can to see that their lives are not ruined. And it has been wonderful to observe that. And so the volunteering has continued. The donations have continued, miraculous to relate. And now it's time for us to look at that third piece, and that is the voting. Last Friday morning, we had a panel about getting out the vote. We had DeWitt Walton from the A. Philip Randolph Institute, who's also a county commissioner, and we had Kate Kelly from the Housing Alliance of Pennsylvania, and we had our friend Hannah Locup from the Greater Pittsburgh Nonprofit Partnership. And all of them are actively every morning getting up to see that we vote in mass, that we express our beliefs and our opinions. And so I really invite you to look at pavotes.org. You could do /Housing Alliance. They have a whole webpage full of resources about how to vote and when to vote and where to vote and all the kinds of things about voting, encouraging people who are able to be poll workers to express our desire to see a fair and free and full election of our leaders. That is paramount. Now, all of you all know that nonprofits cannot be partisan. That is hardwired into our right to have a tax exemption, frankly, is that we can never say who to vote for, but we can always, always, always say, please vote. Do vote. Can I help you vote? Would you like a ride to vote? How can we all vote? Because when we all vote, we put a vote in favor of our community. We put a vote in favor of the collective we. We say we matter and we want to express our opinions in voting. So I said, there are three measures: donating, volunteering, and voting. I want to tell you about one thing I'm doing myself that lets me do all of those things. So my husband, Paul, has taught me about a group called Vote Forward. He started some time ago writing letters to people who vote sometimes, but not all the time, encouraging them to vote this time. And so I got on this and decided I was going to try it too. And it's a really nicely designed nonprofit effort. So what happens is you can adopt 5 voters or you can adopt 20 voters at a time. You get a list from Vote Forward that has names and addresses, and then you also print out the letter. And the letter says, Dear blank, and you handwrite in the name of the person. And then it says, I want you to know why I vote. And you write a little paragraph, a couple of sentences about why you vote. Paul says he votes because he loves living in a democracy, and this is how he knows he does. I say I vote because I enjoy seeing my neighbors at the polling place. I wear a little sticker that said I voted all day long, and I just know that when I stand there and cast my vote, I am casting a vote for my hopes and dreams for my community, for my aspirations, for the good people who will seek to give of their time and talent to lead us in the government. And so voting is really great. I mean, honestly, I don't think we ever miss going. When the polls open, we get up there. The ladies at the desk greet us as family, and we vote. It's a good thing. So voteforward.org lets you tell someone else why you vote, what difference it makes to you. And then you hand address the envelope to them, you sign your own name, you put the address of Vote Forward on the front of the envelope so it doesn't come back to you. But many, many years ago, when I was a baby fundraiser, a guy I really admired said, never underestimate the power of a handwritten note. So these are handwritten in each person's, distinctive handwriting, one person to another person saying, I vote because it matters to me. Please vote this time. I think it's a beautifully designed campaign. As a fundraiser myself, I also think it's great art on their part that they've passed almost all of the expense along to you, so that you print the letters and you pay the postage. And so you donate as you vote, as you volunteer. What a beautiful nexus of social capital, all right there at your home desk just for a minute. So please think about not only how you are going to cast your own vote, because it's complicated this year and we have to have a plan. So think about that, but also think about how you as a leader in the nonprofit community, the community that is dedicated to social justice, to social cohesion, and to the right of all people to thrive. That's who we are, guys. And voting is one of the ways we say, I vote because my vote says you matter. Love to each one of you. Excelsior, beloveds.